Not a lot of games get bigger than the inter-city matchup, and we have one here tonight at the Dungeon. It is the Peoria Richwoods Knights taking on the Peoria High Lions. I'm Michael Savoy. Joined alongside me is Brock Stotler. And Brock, we have a good matchup. It's always a great matchup when we have two inter-city Peoria schools going against each other, especially when they're all good. Peoria High is good, Richwoods is good, and this should be a great matchup.
Especially when you consider that this Richwoods team beat this Peoria High team early on in the season. Peoria High coming across town here into the Dungeon at Richwoods, looking to get their get back, even things up this year in the season series. What should be just some high-level basketball here. I mean, the house is packed, band's going nuts. What else can you ask for on a Friday night?
Richwoods back on December 2nd went to Peoria High and defeated the Lions. The Lions are looking to get their good back. Two really good Peoria area schools, two Peoria inner-city schools going against each other. This is our first broadcast, regular season broadcast of 2026, and it should be a big one. Starting with Peoria High, we're talking about a team that, once again, like we said, is a very good basketball team, headlined by a ton of sophomores: Caden Turner, Daniel Ruffin, Nigel Moore. The list goes on. Lorenzo Edwards Jr. There's a lot to look forward to with this Peoria High team.
And like I said, pinch me if you've heard that before about Peoria High. Incredibly deep, incredibly young on that varsity roster. 7 underclassmen to kind of fill the void that was left by the departure of LaShawn Stowers last year. Very talented Peoria High team. It seems they're just able to reload year after year, find some players on the younger class ranks to come up and make massive contributions on this varsity roster.
3 straight wins for the Lions since going and earning 4th place in the Safe Farm Holiday Classic back in late December. Now, turning the page on the Richwoods, a 15-2 Richwoods team, 3-1 in the Big 12 Conference. This is a team that has been headlined all season long by Martin Smith-Halley. Smith-Halley has been injured for a few games so far. Back a week from today, suffered injury against Limestone, and they're missing him, but they have not missed a beat in the win column.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tony Bradford and Anthony Moore are 2 reasons behind that, Michael. Moore went for 27 in that comeback win against Kentwood, had 20-plus versus Limestone in that game. Smith-Halley got hurt, and then Tony Bradford, big 29 points against Bloomington. So they do have guys that are able to step in when Smith-Halley's hurt or not playing well.
Ever since Smith-Halley went down with injury, the Richwoods Knights have won 2 straight games. They defeated a Chicagoland Power in Kentwood and Big 12 rival Bloomington. They have 9 straight wins. The Knights are rolling, and so are the Peoria Lions. This is what makes this game a really big basketball game, and we're going to head the break. We'll be right back after this on Clutch Sports Media.
Looking to explore your passions? All your passions? Whether you want to train your eyes and ears for the arts, try your hand at video game development or filmmaking, explore engineering or cybersecurity, or step up your stage presence, Bradley University's Arts and Technology Camp has you covered. Make your passions a reality. Register for camp today.
Welcome back inside the Dungeon here at Richwoods High School. It is a Peoria inner-city matchup between the Richwoods Knights and the Peoria Lions. Once again, I'm Michael Savoy. Joined alongside me is Brock Stotler. And Brock, like we had mentioned before, 2 really good Peoria inner-city schools going against each other. It should be a heck of a ball game. A lot on the line here in the Big 12 too. 2 one-loss teams in the Big 12. Someone's got to lose. Top 4 teams in the Big 12. Richwoods is sitting Richwoods is sitting 2nd in the conference. Peoria is sitting 4th in the conference. Or the other way around. Peoria High is sitting 2nd in the conference. Richwoods is sitting 4th in the conference. So someone's got to lose, and this has a lot of implications, not just in the city, but in the Big 12.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, like I said, obviously state title is the big goal, but I mean, adding a conference championship certainly doesn't help, and that'll go a long way towards one of these schools getting one step closer to clinching one of those conference titles.
And we are just about ready to get the starting lineups introduced. And Peoria High will be first for the visitors on the scoreboard. And they have a ton of sophomores. I already can see Caden Turner. He's been one of the better players on this Peoria team, a Metamora transfer. And we are just about ready to get things kicked off with lineups. Once again, we are glad you joined us. It is a packed house here in the dungeon. I mean, I had a hard time parking, and I thought I came here in a decent time to get a parking spot, but it was filled, and I had a feeling I wasn't going to be able to park. I was going to have to go on the street to park, but nonetheless, we are here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if some of these people just tailgated from last night and just stayed the night because, I mean, that parking lot was as full as I've ever seen it. Like you mentioned, about an hour early before the game, and, I mean, there's not a seat open in this gym. So it should be a great night of basketball here and a big high-level matchup in the city of Peoria.
And we are just about ready to get the start lineup started, and Peoria High will get their start lineups underway. The aforementioned Caden Turner, number 1 for the Lions, a Metamora transfer. And Nigel Moore will get the start for the Lions. 2 sophomores so far for the Lions. Phoenix Foy has been a revelation for this Peoria team. He's someone who a lot of these sophomores I bet look up to, and he's been productive. Jacob Duffin Jr. And rounding out the Lions, Orlando Edwards Jr. And the lights go dark for the Richwoods Knights starting lineup. It's a great scene here in the dungeon. And here come the Richwoods Knights starters. Starting for Richwoods Knights, number 3, Caden Johnson. Tony Bradford, a Peoria Manual transfer, going from one PPS school to the other. Anthony Moore. Davion McClendon. And rounding things out for Richwoods is sophomore. Oh, that is Amarion Smith-Holly. The sophomore has gotten the start, and we thought he wasn't going to be playing today.
We read all those stats about the other players stepping up for Richwoods, and it looks like number 2 in white might have just stepped up and stepped back into the lineup tonight.
I can tell you what, in a game like this, an environment like this, for the city, you cannot miss this matchup. But our latest feature put on CSM Overtime about these Richwoods Knights said that he had an ankle injury, which is true, but he said that he was going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. That was last week. So this week, you would think he'd be out for 1 to 2 weeks, a week down. No, he's in the starting lineup. He's playing today for the Richwoods Knights.
I don't know what these kids are made of nowadays, Michael. They're healing seemingly overnight. I mean, those ankle injuries for your guards are tough, but Smith-Holly even tougher. Here he is to give this Knights team a big boost here tonight.
And a big boost he will have as Tony Bradford and Phoenix Foy will tip things off here in this great all-city matchup between Peoria High and Peoria Richwoods. We are just about ready to get things started here in the dungeon. A lot of big stakes in this game for the Big 12 and for the city. We are just about ready to get things tipped. And we will get things tipped, and it is Bradford and the Richwoods Knights winning the tip, and here's Smith-Holly. He will give it to Bradford. Bradford drives in, kicks it out, gets it back. Oh, a long three-pointer, no good.
Good early offense there from Richwoods. Get the shot you want. Bradford just unable to find the bottom of the basket.
That is Duffin Jr. He turns the ball over. And here comes Richwoods. Smith-Holly settle things down. He gets it to Bradford. Wide open right wing three is buried. Tony Bradford.
Can't leave Bradford open, like we mentioned, coming off 29 against Bloomington. He's on the board early here, wide open triple. Good-looking shot there, gets the Knights on the board.
And the Lions on the other end turn the ball over, and Richwood starts off strong.
Yeah, a couple sloppy possessions early from Peoria High, 2 turnovers, really ratcheting up the defense early here from Richwoods.
And Johnson brings the ball up the court for the Knights. And gives it to McClendon in the corner. Davion McClendon, double teamed. Gives it out to Johnson. Johnson driving in. I believe that went off of Foy's foot, and it does, and it'll be Richwoods basketball. 6:47 left to go here in the first quarter. Richwoods has the only basket so far. It was a Tony Bradford three-pointer, and the Knights still retain possession. Here's Johnson driving in. Caden Johnson, oh, nice slip pass. And the basket's good by Davion McClendon.
What a split there by the senior. Johnson got right to the rim, drew help from the defender, dumped it off to his big. Nice hands there by McClendon to be ready for the catch and finish.
Nigel Moore driving in. Nice defense there by Johnson. Alona Edwards Jr. for three. No good. It might have been blocked, but rebound by Foy. No good. And the ball is out of bounds off of a mishandle on the rebound, and the possession arrow goes to Peoria High.
And Michael, when our Jonathan Michael texted me this morning, giving me some updates and some, just thanks to watching the game tonight, he mentioned that Foy, he described him as a down low, high energy glass cleaning guy. You see it there as he gets his team battling for another offensive rebound.
Moore misses a three, and I believe it's a flopping morning on Peoria High. So Richwoods will take the ball out of bounds on the sideline. And I mean, really, you can really talk about that with the entire Peoria High team. They're all pretty much the same basketball player. They all pretty much do the same things on the court.
Just a very well-coached team. You expect them to see them in the state tournament, winning a lot of basketball games, and, this year is no different. Like we mentioned, just seems like it's rinse and repeat with that Peoria High program.
Here's Johnson, top of the key three is no good. And rebound is saved by Anthony Moore, but it will be for naught as he did step out of bounds trying to save that basketball. So Peoria High does retain possession.
You see it early, Michael. These guys diving out of bounds, diving into the stands, doing everything they know. One possession could make the difference in this game, and they're fighting for him early.
There's Moore kicking it out to Foy. Foy to Turner. Turner driving in on the baseline, and he scores. Peoria High gets on the board. And Richwoods comes the other way. It's a three-point ball. That was by Bradford, and that is no good. And an off-ball foul by Richwoods will have the Lions taking the ball out of bounds. You can imagine by this environment and by how both these teams play and the fact that they're both inner city schools and they both have a rivalry, obviously, that it's probably going to be a close basketball game. It's a nice split there by Nigel Moore. He drives in, uses his body, and that's a nice finish.
The 5'9" sophomore Moore getting right into the teeth of the defense, hangs in the air, and tough finish. Good move there by Moore.
Smith Howley's three-pointer is no good.
Look at Moore, blur in transition. He grabs the board, does lose the handle. Got it right back, though, for Peoria High.
Oh, nice no-look pass to Edwards. Edwards kicks it out to Turner. Turner left wing three, no good. And Richwoods comes the other way. Here's Johnson. Oh, nice pass to Smith Howley. Smith Howley's there for an easy layup.
I tell you what, man. Caden Johnson's had two beautiful assists tonight.
And Foy the other way, and both teams are going up and down the court. Foy's got his first basket of the ball game. And here's Bradford. Bradford, a long two, is blocked. And a rebound out to the Knights, but they're not able to finish. And here comes Peoria High. Edwards out to Turner. Turner's a corner three. And that is no good. Rebound fought for, gone by the Knights.
Quick release Caden Turner has. If you're Richwoods, cannot have a hand down on him. As soon as that ball touches his hand, it is leaving it and going towards the rim.
Smith Holly by the sword, by the Oakport logo. He gives it out to Johnson. A left wing three is no good. And Lions come the other way. Nigel Moore, a full head of steam, trying to get to the rim, and he will get a floater to fall.
Nigel Moore in his bag here early, splits the defense yet again, calls his own number. Nice little floater there for the 5'9" sophomore for the Lions.
He is the only player so far in this ballgame with multiple baskets. He's up to 4 points. Smith Holly, a turnaround jumper is no good, but there for the offensive rebound and putback is McClendon.
The big fella, 6'6" for McClendon down there working, gets his hands on the offensive rebound, doesn't take it to the floor. Nice tip in there. Good back and forth action here on the inside from the Knights and the Lions.
8-9 is your score. Nigel Moore finds a cutting Turner. Oh, nice move. No good though, but fighting for the rebound to get in the basket. That was Jacob Duffin.
There's the Lions crashing that offensive glass yet again. Duffin misses his first, gets his own rebound, and scores it for the Lions. As Richwoods having a little bit of a hard time keeping the Lions off the offensive glass.
Caden Johnson with the ball. Here's Bradford driving, kicking. This Afferty Moore kicks it up to Smith Holly. Smith Holly guarded by Lorna Edwards, and Edwards will get called for the foul. That was number 32 in black. That is his first. And we have new Knights coming into the ballgame, and we have also new Lions.
We got Keontae Pollard and Kyle Mottler for the Knights. Sounds like Andres Walker is in for the Lions.
He is someone who I saw, Andres Walker that is, at the State Farm Holiday Classic. He can be a difference maker off the bench for this Lions team.
And he's another one of those manual transfers. You mentioned Richwoods has one on their side, and Bradford, Peoria High's got one on their side, and Walker.
McClendon kicks it out, but it will be an errant pass. Oh, excuse me, no, that was tipped. And Smith Holly with the basketball top of the key, looks to drive, puts a move on his defender. Smith Holly just short. And here come the Lions the other way. Here's Walker coming in, kicks it out. Turner wide open. He buries a three.
Great pass there from Walker off the bench to Turner. Like I said, can't give him that much space. Too good of a shooter. Makes the Knights pay there.
And I got to imagine that ankle for Martin Smith Holly has been feeling great because he is going full steam down the court. This time he draws the foul and he'll shoot two.
Yeah, no, looks like there's no ill effects from that ankle injury. He's playing at full speed, got that ball on a string. Done a lot of his work from the perimeter early, or at least shots from the perimeter. Does a good job of getting downhill there and gets rewarded with a trip to the free throw line.
Smith Holly shooting his first of two at the line. And he is 1 of 1. First free throws of the ball game for either team. It's been honestly a pretty clean ball game to this point.
Yeah, you mentioned it, not just a foul apiece. These are the first free throws for either team, couple turnovers, but for the most part, I mean, these teams are finishing each possession with a shot, and not just a shot, but a quality shot at that.
Smith Holly goes 2 for 2. He has 4 points in the ball game. And Peoria High looks to respond. It's Nigel Moore driving in. Tries to use his body to go, and he misses the shot. And Richwoods comes the other way. That is Moore. And Moore will settle things down with Pollard. Pollard driving in. Keontae Pollard driving baseline. Looking for a way to the basket. He'll get it and he'll score.
Good move there by Keontae Pollard off the bench. Calls his own number. Gets right to the rim on the baseline. Nice aggressive move there.
Turner misses the shot. Here comes Smith Holly the other way. He'll get a clean lane to the basket and he'll score.
It's going to be one of the easiest baskets Smith Holly has all season. Just a quick little look off of the defender. Wide open for the layup for Smith Holly.
And that's another turnover by Peoria High. They have been a little bit more, not as clean on the offensive end as Richwoods has. And Richwoods Will inbound the basketball. Here's Bradford driving in, left side. Pull-up jumper is good. That was a nice move there by Bradford. Going to the basket, using his body and scoring.
Using his body and his left hand there as another turnover for Peoria High leads to a run out for the Knights.
Oh, what a move to the basket. That was my word.
What a move there. Circus shot doesn't get the and one, still gets the bucket to go. Good tough finish there from Mottlier.
And another turnover. This time the Johnson going the other way. He'll try to use his body to score. He does not get the basket to fall, but there for the rebound is Keontae Pollard.
Keontae Pollard, the Energizer Bunny, off of that Knights bench. 4 quick points for him. And we've got our first timeout for Coach Ruffin and Peoria High.
A 6-0 run by Peoria Richwoods has them out to a 21-13 lead on their home court against Peoria High. And now that we have a quick second, we'll have a quick word for our sponsors. First, with Josh Riekena. Need help reaching your financial goals and planning for the future? Josh Riekena and Country Financial can help. Give him a call at 309-689-3161 or visit his office in North Peoria, just south of Dunlap. And also by Bradley University. Bradley University is where you go for an excellent, achievable education. Bradley's Arts and Tech Camp for rising 9th through 12th graders immerses students in fields they're passionate about, like engineering, competitive speech, video game development, music, robotics, broadcast production, and plenty more. Campers learn real skills from Bradley professors and get a taste of what life is like on a college campus. Learn more about Bradley's Arts and Tech Camp at bradley.edu/BAT-camp. And we are back here inside the dungeon. Peoria High looking to reach the scoreboard, and they'll have 20 seconds to do so here in the first quarter. Been a wildly entertaining first quarter, and I think the Lions are going to look for the last shot.
Yeah, this is probably about the slowest pace we've seen this game played at here. As you mentioned, Peoria High does wait for the last shot of the half.
And they might get it to Duffin, and nice slip pass by Moore to Duffin, and Duffin finishes. And that, I believe, is how the end will have. Half will end. It'll be a wild, entertaining first quarter. Peoria High gets an answer off of a timeout, and they still trail Richwoods Knights 21-15. We'll be right back after this on Clutch Sports Media.
Looking to explore your passions? All your passions? Whether you want to train your eyes and ears for the arts, try your hand at video game development or filmmaking, explore engineering or cybersecurity, or step up your stage presence, Bradley University's Arts and Technology Camp has you covered. Make your passions a reality. Register for camp today.
Welcome back inside the dungeon here at Peoria Richwoods High School, and this game has been electric so far, Brock. The Knights lead the Lions 21-15 in an inter-city matchup here in the city of Peoria, and this, like I just said, Brock, this game has been electric.
Yep, absolutely. If that first quarter is any indication about how the last 3 are going to go, no one's going to want to go anywhere. Keep your eyes glued. This is some high-level basketball here, and these teams have delivered so far in that first quarter.
Two of the best teams in the area, two of the better teams in the state of Illinois, Peoria Richwoods in 4A and Peoria High in 3A. And we got a foul called there on Caden Johnson. And I believe that's his first. And Caden Turner will once again inbound the ball from out of bounds to this time to Orlando Edwards Jr. Turner gets it back to Edwards Jr. Screen bear by Foy. Turner. Skip pass over. Edwards top of the key by the volleyball line. He gets it back. Turner cutting in. I think he traveled, and he does travel. And Richwoods will cause yet another turnover.
Moving a little too quick there. Turner caught that pass, was still moving as he went to go outlet it to a teammate. Refs called him for a travel. Another turnover.
Here's Caden Johnson coming Down the court for Richwoods. His Knights lead 21-15. They could lead even more. And he banks in a three. How about that from Caden Johnson?
Didn't know banks were open this late in Peoria, but Caden Johnson found one. He's had a nice first half here. A couple good passes and a good three there.
And the Knights cause another turnover, but Peoria High gets it right back. Bradford turns it over to the Lions. Foy the other way. He slams it home. Phoenix Foy.
Raise the roof, Phoenix Foy. Cock that one back on the fast break. You turn it over against Peoria High. That's the price you pay. The big fella running the floor. The guard's finding him. Elevates above the rim.
Smith Holly the other way for Richwoods. Pulls up. He buries the jumper. A silky smooth move from Amarion Smith Holly.
They're going back and forth here. It was Foy on one side, Smith Holly. Let's see if Peoria High can keep responding here.
Walker weaves his way to the basket, and he'll draw a foul. He'll shoot two at the line. And we have a little bit of an extracurricular. I could be wrong, but I think I just saw Caden Johnson get a technical foul. That's probably why they're waiting a second for Andres Walker to shoot his free throws. Yeah, I believe Caden Johnson just got teed up.
Sounded like it, yeah. A little bit of a hard time hearing in the dungeon, but yeah, it certainly appears as if he did get teed up.
And if that's the case, I believe they're going to shoot the teed up free throws after the traditional two free throws, as Walker will shoot two.
Big possession here from Peoria High, a chance to get up, to get at least 4 points, if not more here. First opportunity there missed, however, for Walker.
Nigel Moore checks in for the Lions. He replaces Caden Turner, who will have a rest on the bench. Walker's second is good. Well, I believe they're not going to have the teed up free throws. Makes me wonder if he was even teed up. It looked like the ref had given the teed up sign. I guess not.
And I saw him take a towel over there near the scores table, so I don't know if it was just something like water on the court or what, but
nonetheless, we play on as Amarion Smith Holly fades it down low. That was a nice pass to McClendon, and it works out for two.
Yeah, good offensive set there from Richwoods. Got exactly what they want. A post touch from the big, and he delivers.
Nigel Moore, nice move to the basket. He put the move on his defender, gets to the basket, and he will score.
He sure did. The lefty, very, very crafty in that lane. Only 5'9", finishing in there amongst the trees. Impressive stuff from Moore.
And Richwoods player stepped out of bounds. That was, I believe, newly subbed in Carmelo Hearn for the Knights, number 31 in white.
Yeah, tough pass there in the corner for Hearn. Had to go up and get it. Foot just went out of bounds on the way down.
Moore driving in, nice pass down low. And that is Jacob Duffin Jr., and he'll get fouled and shoot two.
Oh, and Moore's had some nice passes that have led to some assists. That one leads to a trip to the free throw line. But the guard play here tonight between Moore and Smith Holly, I mean, they're putting on a show here early.
Duffin, one of the more important players for this Peoria High team. One of the energizers for the Lions. His first is off the back rim and out.
And another one of those sophomores in the starting lineup that obviously getting varsity experience this year, got a taste of that last year. So you might look at it and say, oh, you know, this is some sort of that youth and inexperience versus some of the veteran leadership. But I mean, these Peoria High guys made the postseason last year, a lot of them as first-time varsity players. So
Duffin misses 2 of 2 from the line, but Floyd gets the rebound, and Moore ultimately gets a 3 out of it, but that's no good. And Smith Holly the other way for Richwoods. Tries to find his way through contact, puts it up, and that's no good. And Phoenix Floyd gets the rebound. Turner all by himself, and it's blocked, but no, it's a goaltend. And Peoria High will get the points out of that.
Boy, heck of an effort there from Bradford, though, to even be able to get back and have a chance to contest that shot. Just a hair late, though, on the goaltend.
And Hearn will bring up the basketball. Smith Howley on the right side. 1-3-1 pressure by Peoria High. Trying to block the painted area without certainly help. Is getting a steal there. And Duffin drives in, and he'll get fouled by Smith Howley. And Jacob Duffin Jr. will shoot 2. And with 4:44 left to go, Richwoods has no more fouls to give.
Duffin on the aggressive there. Earns another trip to the free throw line as he is seeking contact when he gets that ball around the rim.
Duffin went 0 for 2 at the line his last trip to the line, but he's already better than that. He's already made 1 of 1. Free throws have not looked to be that important so far. Richwoods has only gone to the line once so far in this game, and that was a 2 for 2 from Maureen Smith Howley. Peoria High has gone to the line, and they are now 2 for 5.
And look at Foy battling for his rebound.
A rebound there by the Lions leads to an Edwards 3, and that's good. Leonard Edwards Jr. from downtown.
Phoenix Foy got to put a body on him. 6'5" down there, grabs a board, leads to another possession for the Lions. Perfect time to shoot a 3 is on a kick out after an offensive rebound. Edwards buries it. Big shot there, big sequence from Peoria High.
If Richwoods plays this 1-3-1 right, they're going to get a lot of 3s out of it, but they have since struggled since Peoria High switched to the zone defense. But Richwoods gets it right back off of a steal, and the Knights come the other way. A long 3 by Smith Howley is buried.
Smith Howley confident, crosses half court, steps into that 3 just in front of the volleyball spike line there. Deep range from the sophomore.
And Richwoods they commit the foul, and like we had mentioned, Richwoods, the Knights don't have any more fouls to give. So for that little bit over 4 minutes left to go here in the first half, Peoria is shooting free throws, and Lions could take advantage of this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be top of the scouting report now if you're Peoria High in the bonus. Got to keep being aggressive, try to draw fouls, and just live at that free throw line. Try and steal some points while the clock is stopped.
Nigel Moore goes 1 for 2 at the line. And a 3-pointer by Smith Howley is no good. That's the right shot for that defense, though, but Bradford gets the putback.
Clendon and Bradford battling in there. Bradford's the one that comes down with it. Finishes it
going
off.
right the other way is Nigel Moore. Once the Knights answer, Peoria High has an answer right back.
We almost can't even think straight up here, my coach,
Right.
as we get a name out on one side, and they're right back down the other end with another basket.
Gets it right middle of the zone. Davion McClendon, no good off the front rim. And here come the Peoria Lions. Here's Duffin. Oh, nice spin move, and he'll finish. What a spin move there by Jacob Duffin Jr.
He's come on here in the second quarter. Couple free throws attempted. Nice move there for a basket.
There's a 3-point ball there, and that is buried. Nice shot there by Pollard. And a turnover right back. Lions going fast the other way. They lose control of the ball, and here comes Richwoods. Maureen Smith Howley driving in.
That is now 7 points off the bench for Pollard. Instant offense for him off that Knights bench.
Smith Howley thought about it, and he'll reassess things on top of the key. Nice cut there by Moore. Anthony Moore, he'll get a shot to go, and that is his first points of the ball game.
That draws another timeout from Coach Ruffin on the Peoria High sideline. As you see him kind of talking to his players there, not happy after that sequence. Leads to an easy bucket for Richwoods.
And the Knights will still carry a 7-point lead as they continue to have a lead. And now, look at a quick word for our sponsors. Jake Weston State Farm. For all your insurance needs, Jake Weston State Farm in Washington has you covered with auto, home, life, motorcycle, renters, and small business, pet insurance, and more. Call Jake from State Farm at 309-444-4441 or visit him at jakewestoninsurance.com. And advertise with us. Local business owners looking to put your brand in front of an engaged regional audience. Contact Clutch Sports Media to learn more. about your various sponsorship packages. Let us help you take your visits to the next level while supporting coverage of high school sports. And we are back here as we're winding down the first half. Here's now Jamore. And about to turn the ball over, but he will get the foul called instead and bail him out.
Yeah, Richwoods looked like they had him almost dead to rights there, caught no man's land with the turnover. Moore able to draw the foul, bailed out, like you mentioned, Michael, by the Knights. And that free throw line going to play a big factor here in the closing of this first half.
Richwoods has only gone to the line once, and they've are 2 for 2 at the line, and Peoria High has taken advantage of drawing some fouls, but they have not gone 2 for 2 at all in this ball game. And Jacob Duffin Jr. ultimately gets the basket the fall.
Had more trouble boxing out on a free throw for Richwoods. Seen it a couple times, and Duffin makes him pay again and gets another shot.
Air ball there. Here's Smith Holly with an offensive rebound. He looks for the way to the hoop, and he won't get the fall, but he will draw the foul. And Smith Holly, who is the only Richwoods Knight to go to the free throw line in this ball game, will go to the line again for 2.
What a luxury it has to be when your lead guard is willing to go down in there, stick his nose in there and try and get an offensive rebound, get to the free throw line.
Smith Holly will miss his first. Both teams have missed the free throw so far in this ball game. Richwoods now 2 for 3 at the stripe. 1:46 to go here in the first half as Smith Holly buries his second. That puts the all-world guard at a brisk. It would be, if I can do math, 14 points.
It's a pretty quiet 14. I'm not saying, it felt like here in the first half. I mean, not a ton of individual scoring, but Smith Holly certainly putting on a show. Very balanced scoring from both teams for the most part.
Moore kicks it out. That is Walker. And that's an off-ball foul by Peoria High, an offensive foul. And Richwoods will get possession with 1:31 to go here in the first half. It's been a close game all throughout as Richwoods leads 39-34. And we get a substitution. Demetrius Cooper will check in for Orlando Edwards Jr. for Peoria High. And Tony Bradford loses control of the basketball, and he'll turn it over to Peoria High. And Cooper checks right back out for Edwards Jr. Or excuse me, no, that is Jacob Duffin Jr., number 22 in black. Alja Moore, top of the key.
Getting harassed right now by Hearn as well.
Turner, top of the key, 3 is buried. How about Caden Turner?
Yeah,
5 points this quarter.
Big shot there for Peoria High. Cuts it to a 2-point game. Turner, confident shot there. Second three-pointer of the game.
Tony Bradford, nice behind the back crossover. He'll find his way to the basket and finish. Tony Bradford up to 4 in this quarter. And there's a foul draw. That was Phoenix Foy right down the court the other way that draws the foul.
Well, Keontae Foy, Phoenix Foy, sprinted down the floor there off that inbound pass. Got a quick outlet from Moore right under the basket. Went up with it strong. Back to the free throw line for Foy.
Peoria High 4-1 in the Big 12. Richwoods 3-1 in the Big 12. Both teams are amongst the top of the conference. This game, obviously, for all the reasons, is a big one. As Foy misses his first free throw. Peoria High and Richwoods, obviously, this rivalry is about the city, but it's also about the Big 12 and getting a good standing in this conference. Amongst the best outside the Chicagoland area in the state for basketball. But Foy misses both free throws, but Peoria gets it right back. That's now Jamore, top of the key, no good. But Moore gets his rebound, and the Lions like to set things up. This is Walker, gives it back to Moore. Foy back to Moore. Moore driving in, kicks out to Foy. Foy looking for the basket, and he'll get fouled, and he will also go to the line for 2 more free throws.
Again,
Foy, who just went 0 for 2 at the line not long ago, about 30 seconds ago, is going to shoot another pair of free throws.
gets a chance at redemption here. A lot of that thanks to Nigel Moore, too, as he worked real hard there to secure a couple extra possessions there for the Lions.
And Foy has gone 0 for 3 at the line. And you have Pollard and Johnson coming in for, or excuse me, yeah, Kanan Johnson and Keontae Pollard checking in for Richwoods.
Pollard's had a nice first half, 7 points off the bench for the Knights.
And Foy's gone 0 for 4 at the line, but he gets his rebound back. They have trouble boxing out, does Richwoods. Foy gets it, and he stops it home. Phoenix Foy. He makes up for his free throw mishaps, and he slams it home.
Yeah, he looked like he was angry at that rim there. So he did some damage on that one after missing those 4 free throws.
And Richwoods answers, and the Knights still lead by 4. And that's how the first half ends. Nigel Moore's 3 gets blocked, and it's 43-39. Richwoods leads inter-city rival Peoria High. And we are going to have a really great second half. The way this first half has shaken out, it's been a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all you can ask for. 4-point game. It was neck and neck the entire first half. Breakneck pace. Both teams running up and down the floor. A lot of quality possessions. Seen a lot of quality plays. 2 dunks in that first half. A banked in 3. Stay around for the second half. I mean, this game's going to only continue to get more and more insane.
It definitely is. And anytime an inner-city school plays another inner-city school, you can even count Mangle in this conversation, it's always going to be a barn burner. We're going to see aggressive play. We're going to see teams that really want it, not just because they're always amongst the best in their conference, but obviously because it's an inner-city rivalry and there's a lot of bragging rights on the line between all these schools.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, every single one of these games is important, like you mentioned. I mean, the Big 12 Conference, an incredible conference. So, I mean, having a good standing in that will go a long way for one of those teams as you're playing quality opponents night in and night out up and down the schedule.
We'll get a quick second to give you guys some of our ads. First, as Josh Riekena. Need help reaching your financial goals and planning for the future? Josh Riekena Country Financial can help. Give him a call at 309-689-3161 or visit his office in North Peoria, just south of Dunlap. Also by Bradley University. Bradley University is where you can go for an excellent, achievable education. Bradley's Arts and Tech Camp for rising 9th through 12th graders immerses students in fields they're passionate about, like engineering, competitive speech, video game development, music, robotics, broadcast production, and plenty more. Campers learn real skills from Bradley professors and get a taste of what life is like on a college campus. Learn more about Bradley's Arts and Tech Camp at bradley.edu/BAT camp. Jake Weston State Farm. For all your insurance needs, Jake Weston State Farm in Washington has you covered for auto, home, life, motorcycle, renters, small business, pet insurance, and more. Call Jake from State Farm at 309-444-4441 or visit him online at jakewestinsurance.com. Also, for Clutch Sports Media, local business owners looking to put your brand in front of an engaged regional audience, contact Clutch Sports Media to learn more about our various sponsorship packages and let us help take your business to the next level while supporting coverage of high school sports. While we have a moment, we'll take a break and we'll be right back here after this here in the Dungeon on Clutch Sports Media.
Looking to explore your passions? All your passions? Whether you want to train your eyes and ears for the arts, try your hand at video game development or filmmaking, explore engineering or cybersecurity, or step up your stage presence, Bradley University's Arts and Technology Camp has you covered. Make your passions a reality. Register for camp today.
And welcome back inside the Dungeon here and Peoria Richwoods High School. It's the Knights on top of the Lions, 43-39. And I am joined here with Jonathan Michael of Club Sports Media. And John, we've seen a heck of a ball game so far. You're being behind the scenes, doing some of the more of the graphic stuff, and we've seen it here in the booth. And you obviously have seen a heck of a ball game too.
Yeah, every time we come to the Castle for a Peoria High Richwoods game, actually it doesn't really matter the venue. It could be at the Lions Den, it could be at the Castle. It doesn't matter. This matchup just always produces each and every year, each and every time. These two teams face off multiple times each year. One time the city matchup, which I saw back in December, Peoria High really controlled that game for most of the game. Richwoods, I had a feeling they were going to have a crazy comeback, and what do you know, they came back and won that game 66-60, and that was just an amazing ball game to be at. Very similar environment to what we've had tonight. I mean, the fans have really showed out. This is almost essentially a sellout crowd here. Fans are loud, band is loud. Every time a three goes down, it's crazy. I mean, this is truly Peoria basketball at its best right now.
And we have, well, for one, Smith Holly starting this ball game has to be more of a shocker because Mark Wagner, who's controlling our camera, also read an article on CSM Overtime about the Richwoods Knights and the fact that they've had success without Smith Holly. But here's Smith Holly starting, and here's us being thrown off like, oh my gosh, did he just have an ankle injury? No, he's starting this ball game, and he's had his presence felt.
Well, yeah, it's a good thing that Mark Wagner was able to get that story to us over by the deadline, because if we would have waited another day or two to post it, it would have been irrelevant because, again, Smith Holly, everyone, heard last week, he said that it's going to be about 3 to 4 weeks until I come back, and that was last week, so we thought, okay, 2 to 3 more weeks until Smith Holly's back on the floor. What do you know? He's back tonight. Again, I just hope he stays healthy, but he has been playing phenomenally for Richwoods, and that's the advantage of being a 16-year-old kid, right? You suffer a tough injury, you got to tweak your ankle a little bit. Doctor says, oh, you got to be out for a few weeks. These kids are 16 years old. They don't really feel pain quite as much. They're able to bounce back just like that. So major credit to Smith Holly. He has been super fun to watch, and he's got offers from Illinois, Arizona State, among a few others, and that list is only going to grow as he goes deeper into his high school career.
In a big inter-city matchup like this, he has 12 points, and he has made his presence felt. And I'm sure Peoria High, prior to even arriving to Richwoods, thought this would be a Richwoods Knights team that would be different because they also thought, like many of us and probably all of us, other than the people at Richwoods, that Smith Holly would not even be starting this ball game, let alone playing in this ball game. But here he is, the all-talented sophomore, starting and making his presence felt. And we're really taking a look here, John. I mean, a lot of it's really just been the same for both teams. I mean, it's not just one player, like we just mentioned, Smith Holly scoring 12 points, but it really hasn't been that one player that's really stuck out. It's a lot of complete scoring.
Yeah, both these teams are so deep, and that's what I like about them. I love teams that have, multiple scoring options, 4, 5, even deeper than that. Even Keontae Pollard, like Brock talked about in the first half, come off the bench, scoring 7 points. He's got a nice shooting stroke. And, Peoria High, I've seen them a little bit more than Richwoods this season, but again, I know that they're so deep. They're having guys like Walker and Cameron Gunn, and, I don't know if you've seen much of Daniel Ruffin Jr. yet, the freshman, who kind of got a little famous here in the area for dunking as an 8th grader last season. But I know he's another guy they could potentially call off the bench too. But that's been a really fun game. I love seeing the deep 3 ball. Smith Holly has pulled some from the parking lot. Caden Turner knocked down a huge one down there. Seen some great dunks, especially on the Peoria High end with I think Foy and Duffin have thrown some down. So I mean this is it's really been a great game so far, but this one is far from over, Michael. I don't know if you remember the greatest game, one of them at least, that we've ever broadcast in CSM history was a Peoria High Richwoods game right around this time, about 3 or 4 years ago. Went to not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 overtimes. So who knows? We could be in store for a similar game tonight. I certainly hope that would be the case. I love seeing these two teams play basketball. But, it's just been a great game so far. And definitely, this is only the first half. Make sure you're tuned in for half number 2, because it's only going to pressure and the intensity only get ratcheted up from here.
And right before we leave, I just got to ask you this. Obviously, Richwoods now a Class 4A school and Peoria now a Class 3A school. What do you see out of these two teams come playoff time? Obviously, they're not going to be playing each other in the playoffs like we may have seen in years past, but they're going to be pretty formidable in their classes.
Yeah, definitely. Richwoods, obviously, it's it's tough to go deep in 4A for sure. But again, you look at the other teams in the area, I think really the biggest threat for them that comes to mind right now is Normal Community. Another, very good Big 12 team that's going to be right in the thick of the race for, I think, most of the regular season. So, I think it feels like destiny that Richwoods and Community will match up at some point during the postseason. And if, Richwoods can get by them, I do like their chances of making a deep run in 4A. I mean, I really do. I think they have a decent matchup. They've beaten a lot of Chicago area teams, which is good. They just beat Kenwood last week. They beat St. Lawrence. They've beaten Mount Carmel to win the Pekin Holiday Tournament. So, again, Richwoods is a team that, again, downstate team can make it to state. Community proved it a few years ago. Richwoods can do the same. Peoria High, they are in a loaded, absolutely loaded Class 3A with Washington, Metamora, East Peoria, and Morton as well. They will have played pretty much all of those teams by the time the playoffs roll around. It is going to be honestly a total crapshoot on that 3A sectional. Anyone can come out of there. One of those teams, those 5 I listed, won't even get to play for a regional title game, I believe, because that's 5 out of the 8 teams in their subsectional. So crazy loaded 3A bracket. Fantastic year for Central Illinois basketball. No clear favorites. That's the way we like it.
And that's the great basketball that we like here on Clutch Sports Media, and that's the great basketball a lot of people like here in this area. Well, John, I appreciate your time, and we'll get right back here in the second half right after this on Clutch Sports Media.
Looking to explore your passions? All your passions? Whether you want to train your eyes and ears for the arts, try your hand at video game development or filmmaking, explore engineering or cybersecurity, or step up your stage presence, Bradley University's Arts and Technology Camp has you covered. Make your passions a reality. Register for camp today.
Welcome back inside the dungeon. It is Peoria Richwoods on top of Peoria High, 43-39. A very tightly contested ball game as we start the second half. I'm Michael Savoy. Joined alongside me is Brock Stowler. And Brock, like we said in the first half, going into halftime, this has been a heck of a ball game. It really hasn't felt like a team has pulled away, nor should it feel like that, because that's where the great basketball comes from. It's just two great inner city rivals going at it.
Yeah, absolutely. They're matching punch with counter punch. Richwoods will throw a haymaker. Peoria High will throw a haymaker. Back and forth action. Expect nothing less here in the second half.
And we are just about ready to start things here in the dungeon. As Amara Smith-Howley, the all-world sophomore, thought coming into this game he wouldn't even play. He starts.
And boy, has he played.
And he scores 12 points in the first half as we get things started here in the second half. Winner gets bragging rights, obviously, and also Winner gets a big boost in the Big 12. As Bradford drives in, he'll get a foul on the floor, and it'll be the first foul of the quarter for either school.
Good strong take there by Bradford. Put it on the deck, drew the foul.
And Nigel Moore will be called for the foul as Smith-Howley starts things for the Knights. Smith-Howley looking, shooting over Caden Turner, and that shot's no good. And lines go that way. No, nice pass by Moore to Turner, and Turner the left-handed layup.
Good outlet up the floor. Way to run the floor by Turner. Got to reward him. And Moore with his head up finds him. Easy basket there from Turner. As Peoria High has been able to get a couple runouts on this Richwood defense.
Turner up to 12 points. That's a three-point ball there, and that is buried. That was Anthony Moore. And Moore's got his first three-pointer of the ball game. He's up to 5.
He's coming off a couple 20-point games here recently, too.
And Turner gets bumped on the 3. That shot is no good, but it is a three-point play for the Lions. Or excuse me, not a three-point play. You get 3 shots at the line. And Peoria High, this is Caden Turner's first trip at the line. One of the star sophomores for this Peoria team. You got to imagine this Lions team is going to be a force to be reckoned with, not just this year. They're already good this year, but the fact that a lot of their production has come from underclassmen, especially sophomores, makes you think that this Lions team is going to be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, any team that's winning 11 out of their first 16 games with 7 underclassmen, I mean, you just have to think, yeah, when those guys become seniors, how unreal, how unstoppable this team could be if all these guys develop correctly. and really improve their game.
Turner's second is no good. He's going 0 for 2 on this major opportunity to get some points on the board with 3 free throws. He has missed his first 2. And he will get one more crack at the line. The Metamora transfer has found his home here in the River City as he makes his last. So he goes 1 for 3 at the line. And Peoria High inches closer, 46-42. Richwoods leaves, and the Knights have the basketball. As Caden Johnson looks, struggles for a second, gives him McClendon. Davion McClendon, back iron. And rebound by Jacob Duffin Jr. And here come the Lions pushing like they've done all game long. But they'll slow it up. Edwards wide open for 3. And Orlando Edwards Jr. buries it from deep.
Nice little give back right there from Moore after he got it back. After Edwards gave it up, Moore gave it right back to Edwards. He rewards him with the assist. Nice confident shot there by Orlando Edwards. Knocks down a triple.
Smith-Hawley gives it down low, but kicks it out. That is a 3-point ball, and that is buried. Nice shot there by Anthony Moore.
Another 3 from Moore. Set up by some nice passing from the Knights. Very unselfish.
Nigel Moore slows the pace, and he's able to get the layup. It's a more for more show so far here in the second half.
And doing it in different ways so far. Nigel Moore inside and for Moore from outside. 2 different modus operandi there. Same result for the Knights and the Lions.
Anthony Moore has already started the second half with 2 3-pointers. He has been big so far, early going in the third quarter. It's Caden Johnson. Thought about it. He shoots it, but he gets it blocked. Nice block there by Duffin. There's Johnson the other way. Surprised they did not call a travel, but the ref's going to let him have it. And how about Caden Johnson going to the rim?
Yeah, nice confident take there. Lost it on the way to the rack. A little bit of a hold up.
Edwards goes around the basket. He gives it to Moore, who gets fouled. And that is Caden Johnson who gets fouled, and he is not pleased with the call. And he will get subbed out. Subbing in for Richwoods is Modeler. It's Caden Turner, top of the key for the Lions. Gives it to Edwards. Edwards Jr. looking. Gets Bliss on the screen. Gives it to Duffin. Jacob Duffin Jr. uses his body and scores.
Nice there by Duffin. Caught that near the perimeter. Wasted no time. Put that immediately on the deck. Got right to the rim. Nice little spin move and a finish inside for Duffin, who's really put together a good second quarter and a nice start here to the third.
Smith-Howley, front rim, and I believe it goes over the backboard, and that's what the official calls. So the Lions will inbound the basketball on the baseline. It's been close so far. Peoria High is inched closer, but they have still not gotten the lead so far here in the second half. They trailed as much as 4, and now they trail by 2 as they come the other way. The skip pass over. So 3 shot there by Orlando Edwards, and that's no good. Smith-Hawley looking, nearly turns the ball over, but instead it'll be Orlando Edwards Jr. who commits the foul.
Yeah, Orlando Edwards Jr. was riding him up the floor there, playing some good full-court defense. Just a little bit too aggressive, gets whistled for the foul.
And checking in for him is Andrus Walker. As Tony Bradford brings up the basketball for Richwoods, the manual transfer goes from PPS school to another PPS school, and he will turn the ball over. It's fair to say that he's got some familiarity with all these rivalries here in the River City. And Nigel Moore bringing up the ball for Peoria High. They trail by 2. A 3-pointer here will give the Lions the lead. But Phoenix Floyd down low, looking, power dribbles back and gets a nice opening to the basket, and he will score.
Nice little 2-man game between the bigs there. Duffin inside feeding Foy.
That's Floyd's first basket of the third quarter, and Smith Holly comes back with his own 2-point basket. This time it was a jumper by the free throw line.
Very, very tough contested jumper as well from Smith Holly.
And another look inside by Peoria High, and Jacob Duffin Jr. has his second 2-pointer of the game, or excuse me, the third quarter. And then steal. Peoria High coming the other way. They can take the lead, and they will take the lead. That is Walker with the 2-point basket.
He's doing a nice job there on Smith Holly. Picked his pocket just around midcourt.
And a turnover there once again. The Lions are turning over the Knights. And there's Walker coming the other way. Looking, gives it more driving in. Oh, nice look pass to Duffin. He scores. And the Lions have a 4-point lead.
Nice little run here by Peoria High. Defense to offense. Turning Richwoods over, getting some runouts and some layups. And they have shown their claws here in the second half as they're on top.
Oh, long 3-pointer by Radford is no good. Who's it out on? They're going to say it's out on Peoria High. The Lions have since turned the tides to their side. They trailed by 4 entering the third quarter, and now they lead by 4. And you got to give big credit to their defense for causing turnovers and their offense capitalizing on it.
Absolutely, and that's where this comeback has started on that defensive end for Peoria High. Really ratcheted things up, forced some live ball turnovers for Richwoods. They've led to some easy baskets. Just something you can't afford to give up.
Smith Holly turns the ball over. That was a long pass picked off by Nigel Moore, and Moore scores, and the Lions lead by 6.
Nigel Moore playing point guard and free safety, jumps the route there, picks the pocket, gets another layup as Peoria High has got that defense turned all the way up to 11 right now.
McClendon gives it to Bradford. Bradford kicks it out. That's a 3-point shot there. No good by Moore. A rebound by the Knights. That is Pollard. Deontay Pollard looking. Feeds it down low to Smith Holly, posted up. And the sophomore drives. Oh, behind the back pass. That just goes nowhere. And he'll turn the ball over back to the Lions. And Richwoods, just like how Peoria High might have felt in the first half, they feel a little bit more flustered on offense.
And nothing coming easy anymore as it was in the first half for Richwoods. Peoria High making it very difficult, getting their hands in passing lanes.
Andrews Walker turns it over, but the Lions get it right back. This is the inner city basketball that we come to expect. The ball is turned over and over and over again. Who's going to have it? Just comes to be expected with all the aggressive play we've seen so far, but the Lions get the ball back. Phoenix Floyd driving in. No charge called, and a flopping warning even is called on Richwoods. So I believe both teams have one flopping warning apiece.
Strong move there from Phoenix Foy.
The Lions have turned a 4-point deficit in the first half, and in the first half into an 8-point lead here in the third quarter so far. This started the second half on fire on a 12-0 run. And Richwoods is looking to respond. They've responded at crucial points in this ballgame. Do they have another one in them? And it will be a foul on Peoria High.
Both sides with 3 fouls here in the second half as well. So evened up on that side of things as well.
This game has felt even all throughout. Richwoods with a big first half. Peoria High has responded very well here in the second half, using their defense to generate offense. And you got to imagine, although Peoria High has this 8-point lead, Richwoods is not out of this game.
Basketball is a game of runs. We saw one from Peoria High. We'll see if Richwoods has one in them to close out this third quarter, maybe even into the fourth.
Deontay Pollard's three-pointer won't go. That will not help. Shooting not the greatest from three-point land to start this third quarter. As Walker drive, he gets his pocket picked. This is Bradford driving in, and he'll get fouled by Phoenix Foy. That was an encouraging sequence by Richwoods, able to get their defense into offense, and Bradford will go to the line for 2 as Peoria High is over the foul limit. And Bradford misses this first free throw. Interesting development, and I don't know if this means much. And excuse me, he is back in there now. We were just about to ready to mention Nigel Moore exited through the back door, but he has since come into the ball game. It's probably something to do with his ankle.
It looks like he changed his shoes. He had some orange ones on before, and now he's got some
see.
white and black ones on. Sorry, I wasn't really too clear that lane. It looks like he changed up the sneakers. Maybe those didn't have any buckets left in him anymore. I don't know.
Well, nonetheless, he is healthy, to say the least. I kind of thought that maybe he had something wrong with him, but one of the Peoria High star sophomores is back. He's assumingly going to check back in at some point, but with 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter, the Lions with the basketball, up by 8. Tony Bradford went 0 for 2 from the line, by the way, so Richwoods has struggled from the stripe. And Peoria High is looking to just waste time, and they'll ultimately waste quite a bit of time and draw the foul on Richwoods.
Fouls on Corey Hearn there. 25 for Richwoods, 5'10 junior. Picks up a foul there off the bench. Moore has checked back in now for Peoria High. So Lions fans, you can breathe a sigh of relief. He is back.
He has been very important so far in this ball game for the Lions. As we get a foul called, that was Anthony Moore committing the foul on Phoenix Foy, and that is also 5 fouls on the night. So for the rest of the remaining 23.6 seconds to go here in the third quarter, it will be free throws of fouls are committed.
Foy's had his struggles at the line tonight. Let's see if he can right the ship here.
And he's had his struggles from the other side of the court, and it looks like the senior is 0 for 5. At the line so far, he has not shot the ball well from the line. Hasn't necessarily hurt the Lions so far. They're up by 8 still, but you gotta imagine these free throws are gonna be mattering. Later down the line,
big time
he
matchups
goes
like
0
this.
for 6.
Yeah, you just can't leave points at the table. Fortunately for Peoria High, once again, they're on the spot on the offensive glass off a free throw miss. No box out from the Knights.
And it's a carry by the newly checked in Demarion Taylor for Peoria High. And that is a turnover that will give Richwoods, you'd assume, the final shot here in the quarter. As Marion Smith-Halley with the basketball. 10 to go. 9, 8. Smith-Halley pulls up from the elbow. He buries it. No need for a final shot if you have Marion Smith-Halley. And they turn the ball over. A half-court shot is no good, but we have a travel violation, and that shot will not count anyway.
Well, you don't need to hold for the last shot when you've got a point guard like Smith-Halley. You can make some tough contested mid-ranges like that. What a shot from the sophomore before the end of the half.
We'll be right back after this here on Clutch Sports Media.
Looking to explore your passions? All your passions? Whether you want to train your eyes and ears for the arts, try your hand at video game development or filmmaking, explore engineering or cybersecurity, or step up your stage presence, Bradley University's Arts and Technology Camp has you covered. Make your passions a reality. Register for camp today.
Welcome back inside the dungeon here at Peoria Richwoods High School. It is the Lions on top of the Lions on top of the Knights, 61-55. As we get a quick word for our sponsors. Josh Riekena, need help reaching your financial goals and planning for the future? Josh Riekena Country Financial can help. Give him a call at 309-689-3161 or visit his office in North Peoria, just south of Dunlap. And for Jake Weston State Farm, for their insurance needs, Jake Weston State Farm in Washington has you covered with auto, home, life, motorcycle renters, small business, pet insurance, and more. Call Jake from State Farm at 309-444-4441 or visit him online at jakewestinsurance.com. We are back. The start of the final quarter of action of regulation. As Lions on top by 6. And Moore, who had to change his sneakers out, starting this fourth quarter. Guarded by Bradford. Just sizing up his man. Lions, you got to imagine, have no intention of scoring fast with the lead they have, but they do turn the ball over. Here comes Caden Johnson. Gives it to McClendon. McClendon turns the ball over. He was trying to look for his man, Anthony Moore, but he throws it over his man. It probably would be a pass he himself would catch, given that he's pretty tall, but not for Anthony Moore.
Yeah, just a little bit tall there for Moore, as McClendon had the right idea, just not the best execution there as it sails out of bounds.
And the Lions come the other way. Here's Jacob Duffin Jr. He's looking to drive. He does so on McClendon. Gives it to Foy in the elbow. Foy looking for Turner. Turner gets it. He gets a shot blocked. That was McClendon with the rejection.
Return to sender. McClendon there defending the rim for the Knights. Possession reset. Good out of bounds play there from Peoria High. Turner feeds Duffin. And a nice little blob out of bounds there from the Lions. Yields them 2 points.
And Smith Holly comes the other way for the Knights. Nice inbounds play, like you said, Brock, from Peoria High. Smith Holly looking for a mid-range jump shot. He does take it, but he does miss. And a basket here for Peoria High would bring the Lions to a double-digit lead. As Moore goes on Johnson. Spin move to get away from his defender. He goes to the basket somehow, and he draws the foul. And it'll be Najee Moore going to the line for 2 free throws.
Well, and if it does get to double digits, Michael, Knights and Lions fans might remember the last time these two teams played, Richwoods found themselves in a similar spot, erasing a second-half deficit to come back to race back and win that one by 6 at the beginning of December.
As Moore buries his first. Peoria High as a team has not shot the ball particularly well from the free throw line. But these free throws do matter. The Lions have yet to have someone go 2 for 2 from the line, and Moore does just that. Would have thought for a second I would have jinxed him.
Had to be the sneakers.
But it was the sneakers. Yeah, that's a great point, Brock. He did change his sneakers midway through the third quarter, and apparently he's made him a better free throw shooter. As here comes Richwoods the other way. Johnson looking, thinking about shooting. He'll drive in. He gets it into the basket, but he'll draw the foul instead and does not make the shot. He will go to the line for 2 free throws. And Caden Johnson with 2 free throws. Free throws are big for both teams, but you got to imagine the team that's down by double digits midway through the fourth quarter, it's got to matter a little bit more to them.
Yep, when you get a chance to stop the clock and a chance to add points on the scoreboard, got to capitalize. So far, Richwoods 0 for 1 in this situation here.
The Knights have not shot the ball particularly well from the line, and so have the Lions. It's been a not so great free throw shooting game so far for both teams. Johnson converts his second of 2, and that's the only one he'll make in that sequence. So the Knights do leave with a point, and they are down by 9. On their home court, Big 12, big game in the Big 12. The big game, obviously, for the city. It's going to come down to this last 5 minutes and change. And the Lions set things up. Foy to Turner. Turner tries to slip it back to Foy, and it gets stolen. Anthony Moore. Moore driving, kicks it out. That's Bradford, and Bradford draws the foul.
There's some good defense from Richwoods. You see Moore with the active hand, tips that post entry away from Turner and Duffin. Leads to a run out. Bradford now at the free throw line. Back again for Peoria Richwoods. Let's see, clock stopped, if they can chip into this lead.
Bradford's only trip to the line was in the third quarter. He went 0 for 2. And he bears his first made free throw of the night, and he can bring his Knights to a 8-point deficit, a 7-point deficit, as there's a timeout. And Peoria High will call that timeout. And while we have a second, we're going to give a quick word to our sponsors. First, with our own advertisement. We will give a quick word for Clutch Sports Media. Local business owners looking to put your brand in front of an engaged local audience. Contact Clutch Sports Media to learn more about our various sponsorship packages and let us help take your business to the next level while supporting coverage of high school sports. A lot of business owners here in the Peoria, even Bloomington Normal area. We cover both of the bigger areas. Looking to sponsor with us. Be very much appreciated, and we'll also get your word out there to some of the bigger markets here in Central Illinois. And while we have a second, we'll have a quick word for Josh Riekena. Need help reaching your financial goals and planning for the future? Josh Riekena Country Financial can help. Give him a call at 309-689-3161 or visit his office in North Peoria, just south of Dunlap. And also by Jake Weston. For all our insurance needs, Jake Weston State Farm in Washington has you covered for auto, home, life, motorcycle, renters, small business, pet insurance, and more. Call Jake from State Farm at 309-444-4441 or visit him online at jakewestonstatefarm.com. Tony Bradford had missed his second of 2 from the line. And once again, Richwoods to the clock stopped with needing points. They go 1 for 2 at the line. And here's Andrews Walker for Peoria High. Looking, going to the basket. He does not score. Rebound, Caden Turner wide open, left wing 3, no good, off the back rim. Richwoods has struggled rebounding. They finally do get the rebound as Smith Holly comes down with it, and he'll come the other way. Smith Holly looking, kicking it out, driving in. That is no good.
Nice.
Anthony Moore.
Yeah, nice move there on the baseline by Moore, just unable to get the basket to fall. It hit every part of the rim, toilet bowled around, and just popped out.
There's Edwards Jr., guarded by McClendon. McClendon, great defense.
Just gonna
say,
say
5 seconds.
Yeah, McClendon doing a tremendous job there on the guard. 6'6" guy just got down in a stance, kept his feet in front.
That's exactly what Richwoods needed right there, a defensive turnover. And those same Knights will carry the basketball down the court, looking to get more into this lead with just over the halfway point here in the fourth quarter. A 3-point shot there is no good, but rebound by McClendon. An offensive rebound by the 6'6" big man. Kicking it down to Anthony Moore, and Moore draws the foul. That was a nice sequence there by McClendon. Able to get the turnover on defense and able to be a very big piece of that offense possession.
Yeah, such a force down there at 6'6", long arms, just hard to, even getting a body on him can still go over you. Just kick the ball around, keep it alive. So going to need more of that from Richwoods, from the big fella, number 22.
Anthony Moore will make his first. This is his first trip at the line for Moore. And like you had said, Brock, free throws matter when the clock stopped and you're the team that's down, able to cut into this deficit. Can Moore make it 2 for 2? And Anthony Moore's free throw routine is kind of confusing more of the Peoria High players. They're thinking that when he rises up, he's going to shoot it. This is more of his routine, but nonetheless, no harm done for Peoria High. Moore does convert his second. Goes 2 for 2. That's big for Richwoods.
It's been a game. Tonight's game, it's rare. It's been a very rare.
Oh, and that, from our vantage point, at least my vantage point, could have honestly gone back to Richwoods, but obviously the official's right there. He's able to see that. Moore thought dribbled it off his leg, but that was still great defense by Richwoods as the Lions look to take care of the basketball and look to keep Richwoods from coming back into this game more.
Yeah, if you're Peoria High, that's all you're looking to do. Move the ball around, keep working it, look to get the best possible shot, and do not turn the ball over. That would lead to a Richwoods run out or any easy baskets. Good job so far from Peoria High, just working it around the perimeter. Doing a really good job of playing keep away for now.
Right as you said that, Brock, they turn the ball over. Smith Holly answers the other way at the 3, no good. And Foy's there for the rebound, and Peoria High's pushing the ball the other way. Edwards looks to slow things down. So we got a 4-on-5 for a moment. They take advantage of it with Duffin, and Jacob Duffin Jr. scores.
Nice dish there by Nigel Moore. Little no look.
Oh, a spike line 3, no good. And Peoria High looking to still take care of this basketball. Just under 3 minutes to go here in regulation.
Nigel Moore taking on the entire Richwoods defense there as he gets right to the rack. And he turned the corner on that sideline and was downhill quickly into that lane. He is a blur with the ball in his hand, Michael.
He can run. He's very quick, and so is pretty much all the players on the court. You got to think about the athletes both these schools and even schools like Mangle produce. It's part of the reason why Peoria area hoops is always going to be in a good place, because there's so many great athletes on the court, and Moore is just one of many. Caden Turner inbounds the ball, but not before an off-ball foul by Richwoods. And we're getting a student section chance from both Richwoods and Peoria High. This is what inter-city rivalry basketball is all about. The energy in this place is palpable.
Absolutely. And you hear the groan of the crowd, the excitement of the crowd.
And we get a full timeout called, and while we have a second, we're going to tell you that we're going to be at Peoria High and Mangle on next Tuesday here on Clutch Sports Beat. Another inter-city basketball game between two, obviously, inter-city schools of Peoria High and Mangle. If you think this basketball game was fun, don't tune off of this game, because this game can come down to the wire just like that. But next Tuesday is going to be even better between Mangle and Peoria High. Mangle, the Class 2A school, among the best in that class in the state of Illinois. We know now that Peoria is a force to be reckoned with in Class 3A, so it should be a fun one.
No easy games on the schedule. This Big 12 is loaded with teams, and you're in for a treat again next Tuesday. As you know, football is the talk of the town during the fall, but at the end of the day, I mean, Peoria really is a hoop city, and you're seeing it here. I mean, night in, night out, the fans show up, get loud, cheer, and pack these gyms in late December, early spring here in Peoria.
That is a great point, Brock, and it's not even just the inner-city schools, it's the schools outside that are maybe smaller. There's some great basketball from 1A to 4A here in the city. You got to talk about even the Mid-Illini Conference. All those schools have produced some great basketball teams, and this year has not been different, as the Lions inbound the basketball with just under 2 minutes left to go here in regulation. The Lions up by 8, looking to play keep away, as they they do turn the ball over. Smith Holly coming the other way. He looks to score. He was not, but a rebound there by Anthony Moore, and you get fouled. Don't look now, but Richwoods down by 8. These free throws matter for the Knights.
And that's the guy, based on the fourth quarter, that you want at the line for the Knights. Anthony Moore just 2 for 2. But on a night like this, when both teams have struggled at the charity stripe, he has found some brief moments of success.
I think Nigel Moore knows better to jump the line with Anthony Moore's free throw routine. And Moore goes 0 for 1 this time around from the line. It's not been the free throw shooting that any coach would want in this ball game, that is for sure. And Anthony Moore misses his second, so he goes over to the line, but McClendon with his long wingspan able to get a deflection, but it'll still be Peoria High basketball as that ball goes out of bounds.
Just tough to leave points at the line in an 8-point game like this. So your Richwoods got to keep ratcheting it up on the defensive end. That's where this game will be won.
Well, Edwards driving in and gives it to Foy, and Foy cutting in, and he'll score. And just like that, Peoria High up to a 10-point lead. But
Nice.
Smith Holly going to bring it back to single digits with a nice layup.
Acrobatic, athletic finish from Smith Holly on the other end as he looks to keep Richwoods in this game.
Oh, and a turnover there. Leno Edwards Jr. turns the ball over to Phoenix Foy, and just under 2 minutes left to go here in regulation. Richwoods has the ball down by 8. And Bradford brings up the basketball for Richwoods. Looking, going, and he'll get fouled. And Phoenix Foy, I believe, will be called for that foul. He's beside himself. He's not sure what he did wrong. But Tony Bradford will be heading to the line for 2 free throws, and that'll be the case for every Richwoods tonight going forward once a Peoria High foul is called, as Peoria High is over the foul limit. And it just goes to show how important not just shooting for the free throws are, but attacking the basket will be for Richwoods to draw those fouls. But it won't matter if you can't make them. Tony Bradford goes 0 for 1. And Bradford will make his second. So Tony Bradford, 2 for 4 at the line. This is not the game that you want your kids to be watching if you want to teach them free throw shooting. It's just not been that kind of game, but you're going to have games like this once in a while.
Yeah, I have to believe there's going to be some free throw shooting sessions before practice, after practice, maybe even on the weekend here, as that has not been a strong suit tonight. And I mean, free throws, a big key, especially in a lot of the tight games in this that this conference plays.
97 seconds to go here in regulation. Jacob Duffin Jr. guarded by Davion McClendon. Duffin Jr. gets by McClendon. He puts it up. No good. Rebound fought for, and it'll be Richwoods basketball at the end of the day.
Every
86 seconds to go.
Every possession at this point in the game, Michael, can make or break this game. Good start there from Richwoods as they look to get back into it.
They have a golden opportunity to cut into this lead. Smith Holly, looks to drive in and kick it out. We're kicking inside, but it's turned over. Peoria High comes the other way. Caden Turner wide open, but smartly, wisely, I thought he was going to kick it out, but it's not before Coach Ruffin of Peoria High calls a full timeout. We've only really had full timeouts in this ball game. But it's for good reason. It obviously takes more time to talk things over. And for this point in the ball game, with 68 seconds to go here in regulation, it takes a full timeout to really hit the point home with these players.
And Michael, you mentioned it too, that decision there by Caden Turner. I mean, he caught that without a defender remotely close to him. Could have been very easy to just let that fly with as good of a shooter as he is, but knowing the clock, the situation, he holds on to it. Very smart heads-up play there by the sophomore, playing like an upperclassman tonight.
You said that very well, Brock, and as we have a moment, both these teams talking over very, very, very important aspects of this ball game. What do you see Richwoods doing on defense to maybe try to claw back into this ball game?
Well, I think it's going to have to start with some ball pressure. I mean, you can't just let Peoria High do what they were doing earlier in the fourth quarter, just kind of playing keep away on the perimeter of the perimeter. Got to get up, try to get some hands on the ball, get a tip, get a steal. And then, I mean, honestly, the way Peoria High shot the ball from the free throw line tonight, if you're Richwoods, give it a couple seconds, and I mean, maybe you think about just doing a quick foul, trying to extend the game, get some extra possessions, hope that Peoria High can miss some free throws.
Richwoods has only committed 2 fouls here in the fourth quarter. They have a couple to give. So not only are you saying get your hands in the passing lane, Brock, but they can also do so more aggressively. Peoria High has only got already got over the foul limit. So that is going to be big in this ball game. Aaron passes all around the court, but ultimately finds Phoenix Foy, and Foy gets a layup to fall.
We were just saying how aggressive Richwoods could be. They got their hand on the ball twice. Those 50-50 balls, that one goes Peoria High's way.
And a Tony Bradford 3 on the other end trying to answer, no good, but how about the small Smith Holly finding his nose to get an offensive rebound and scoring?
Yeah, nice play there by Smith Hawley.
You can tell that right before this game, we were thinking he's not playing at all. He's got this ankle injury that's been talked about pretty much through the entire city. And yeah, here he is starting this ball game, and you got to think that he does not want to lose this inner-city basketball game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this one means a lot. You know, coming back, playing what we would assume not maybe at 100%, but he sure hasn't shown that tonight as he's given it all he's got, as well as the rest of his teammates. But they're going to need a big closing stretch here, near perfection, if they want to pull this one out.
Smith Howley, that last basket for the sophomore guard brings him to 14 points. And that 14 points has gone, like you said, Brock, earlier in the broadcast, it's gone pretty quiet. But really nothing is quiet with this kid. I mean, he's one of the best players, not just in the area, but in the state of Illinois.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that kid's going to deliver a lot of oohs and ahs in his career here in the inner city, as he's got some of the best handles, really good, tough shot maker. Richwoods has themselves a good one, and then Peoria High can answer that with Nigel Moore, who's had himself a nice game here tonight.
Jacob Duffin gets the basketball. He's getting hounded, but ultimately gets it out. Here comes Nigel Moore coming the other way. Trying to use his body to contort himself. He gets the basket to fall. And one.
Nigel Moore playing much, much bigger than that 5'9" on the listing, as he has lived in the paint the entire night. Had some tough finishes, unreal body control for the sophomore, as he has been living in that paint and finishing in there at will. What a big, big and one. Might be the dagger there, I think, Michael.
The game's not over, but you got to imagine that is got to be awfully close. The tip of the sword has got to be on the Richwoods' chest right now. Barring anything that could very well happen in this ballgame, we know how both these teams can play. That is the dagger, but that might honestly be the dagger. They're going to pull out their starters, does Richwoods, and Peoria High will do the same. All for what I just said. That is the dagger. Richwoods has waved the white flag, and barring anything catastrophe, this game is iced as Moore completes the three-point play. What a big win from Peoria High. This is the team that had Richwoods come into their place and beat them, and they returned the favor right back.
And that is Richwoods. They've done what no one's been able to do yet so far this year, and that is slay the dragon at home. Richwoods 3-0 in the dungeon, make that 3-1 now. Big, big win for Peoria High on the road here, and just battled after going down early in that first half. Used a really strong third quarter, about a 12-2 run to start off that third quarter, and the Lions really have not looked back since. Have just kept their foot down, punch, counter punch every time Richwoods responds. Peoria High does the same.
Jaden Richter, one of the many newly checked-in players for both teams. Richwoods guard, we're number 14 in white, will draw the foul, or excuse me, 15 in white. He'll draw the foul and he'll shoot two. Oliver Herman is checked in the ball game for Richwoods, number 4. As Richter's first is good. Richter can do what not many of his teammates have done so far in this ball game, go 2 for 2 at the line. Got one more free throw to maybe do just that. It's no good, but fighting for the rebound is Richwoods, and this is something the Knights have done very well the entire game. If there's one thing the Knights have done very well from start to finish, it is fighting the offensive glass. And fans are beginning to head for the exits. This game lived up to its billing, regardless of what the final score may say. It's been a classic here in the dungeon.
Absolutely, just another one of Peoria's finest here, as these two teams lived up to the billing, put on a show tonight. Just a shame that someone has to lose in one of these games like this, but I mean, Peoria and Richwoods put on a show tonight.
Peoria High wins a thriller here in the dungeon. They revenge a loss that they had back in December 2nd when these same Richwoods Knights came to their place and beat them. They come to Richwoods and defeat the hometown Knights. It is a 74-65 final. Peoria wins a key Big 12 game, and obviously a big key game for the inner city, the River City of Peoria, Illinois. What a ball game we had so far tonight, Brock. We've just talked about it before, but it's been a heck of a game, and both these teams have positives bring out this ball game, and really just a hard-fought game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, shame someone had to lose. This was a big one. Both these teams played like it tonight, and I mean, they were really fighting hard for that victory. Richwoods comes up just a little bit short. Smith Holly tried to put the team on the back. But yeah, like you mentioned, Michael, just an all-around really good game. And I don't think it would be a surprise to anybody at all if these two teams were playing deep, deep, deep into March and had a chance to cut down those nets in Champaign.
How about Nigel Moore for Peoria High? The sophomore scores 24 points in this ball game, and he's not really the player you might think of when you think of Peoria High, and that's the beauty of the Lions, is that they don't have that one player that can really be that showstopper. It's really a complete team effort, and that's what can make this Peoria High team so special.
We don't know how much the shoes had to do with the 24 points, the shoe change he had. But all jokes aside, no, Nigel Moore did have a tremendous game. Sophomore, 5'9", played so much bigger, so much tougher than that. Lived in the paint, made some tough baskets, had some really big passes that set up his teammates for some easy looks. He did a really good job of leading the way for this Peoria High offense as he looks to potentially maybe be the next LaShawn Stowers and kind of step into that role as the good player and the star player on this team.
How about Marion Smith-Halley, the sophomore guard who is highly regarded here, not just in the River City, but across the entire land of Lincoln. He scores 14 points in defeat. He was supposed to not play in this ball game. At least we thought he was not supposed to play in this ball game. Not only does he play in this ball game, he starts in this ball game, and we were thinking the entire week leading up to this game that he just had this ankle injury that was going to sideline him for what was 3 to 4 weeks. He starts in this ball game. He leaves his impact. But Richwoods, although they fall really not playing their worst game. I mean, this was a good game for both teams. Richwoods played very well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, like I said, I think both teams can just to take away. I mean, on Richwood's side, they shoot a little bit better at the free throw line. Maybe it's a different game. Same thing for Peoria High. Maybe they win by even more. Free throw line kept, was the sort of the difference a little bit in this game. But I mean, both teams played really, really well. Really, really hard. And I mean, just a great point guard battle here tonight in Central Illinois, in Peoria. And I mean, both these players delivered big time.
And well, we have a moment. We'll lastly read sponsors. First, with Josh Riekena. Need help reaching your financial goals and planning for the future? Josh Riekena Country Financial can help. Give him a call at 309-689-3161 or visit his office in North Peoria, just south of Dunlap. Tonight's game is presented by the next one is Bradley University. Bradley University is where you go for an excellent achievable education. Bradley's Arts and Tech Camp for rising 9th through 12th graders immerses students in fields they're passionate about, like engineering, competitive speech, video game development, music, robotics, broadcast production, and plenty more. Campers learn real skills from Bradley professors and get a taste of what life is like on a college campus. Learn more about Bradley's Arts and Tech Camp at bradley.edu/BAT camp. Jake Weston State Farm, for your insurance needs. Jake Weston State Farm in Washington has you covered with auto, home, life, motorcycle, renters, small business, pet insurance, and more. Call Jake from State Farm at 309-444-4441 or visit him online at jakewestonstatefarm.com. Lastly, Clutch Sports Media. Advertise with us, local business owners looking to put your brand in front of an engaged regional audience. Contact Clutch Sports Media to learn more about various sponsorship packages and let us to help your business go to the next level while supporting coverage of high school sports. Many great opportunities sponsoring us at Clutch Sports Media across not just Peoria, but Bloomington, Normal, and the surrounding smaller communities as well. Speaking of Clutch Sports Media Overtime, we have our Athlete of the Week voting going on at Clutch Sports Media, and if you're a Richwoods fan watching, Afferny Moore is up for voting for Athlete of the Week, so make sure to go on our website and go through our website to find that, and voting will end tonight. So it's a big deal to get those votes out there for your Richwoods night that's up for Athlete of the Week voting. Many great candidates, as always, for that as well. And also a lot of great ring content as well for CSM Overtime. A lot of great future stories, whether you're an inner city school fan here at Peoria or a Bloomington Normal fan or even the surrounding smaller communities, we have features and game stories and roundups from all sports coming your way here on Clutch Sports Made Overtime, and we appreciate you if you check that out as well. But for now, we are going to wrap things up here in the dungeon. Once again, Peoria avenging a loss here on December 2nd, where Richwoods came to Peoria, defeated the Lions. Lions get their get back here, and in the dungeon, they win against Richwoods 74-65. For Michael Savoy, myself, Brock Stotler, Jonathan Michael behind the sticks, and Mark Wagner running the cameras. So long from Peoria Richwoods. Lions a winner over Richwoods.